Alright, this is lobby 2. As soon as we land, we're going to jump and use our taunt bind to skip an emote. And then if you're orange, you're just going to b-hop over to this portal surface and portal yourself over there. And then whichever portal you didn't shoot there, you're going to shoot right here for blue, and then get in your elevator.
Okay, and then blue will just hop over, and then you can take their portal there, so you can just stand on this and wait to go through. But for right now, I'll just fall right through it right away.
If at first you don't succeed, quit and try another course.
Alright, this is Flings. So as soon as you turn left here, you're going to shoot a portal. Try to keep that portal as straight as possible. It helps blue. And then you're going to shoot one up here. And as soon as you see blue go through, he should go through first. But once blue goes through this portal, you're going to jump, do a strafe in, and you'll hopefully clear this gap. And just wait on this ledge.
Blue will just come around this corner. I like to wall rub and jump in, and you should clear it pretty easily. But if either of you can't get the fling, you can portal up top, and then just have orange replace the portal down below. Just fling through intended, and you'll just come to the checkpoint. And then there's a few ways to do this room. The person on the right should always be shooting portals up top there and to the right. So one way is you can walk down through and strafe around and get on this button, or you can do a reportal, which would be the faster way. So you would just go on these walls and then just jump reportal through, and then you'll just be waiting on this button for the other person to get on theirs.
And so if you're on the right side, you're going to shoot these portals, and then there's a few different ways to do this as well. So the fastest way would be to reportal across. This reportal is quite a long jump, and you have to be pretty precise with your timing. So do this if you're capable. If not, there's other good options that aren't much slower. So another good option would be to jump out of the red portal here and land back into it down here, and that will fling you across. And a third option would be to jump out of this red portal and strafe to the right, and then shoot a portal on the ground and get funneled in and fling across. Make sure you shoot that portal earlier rather than later, because you want it to start funneling you before you get too far. And then you're just going to jump on this button, the ball will drop, and then you're going to portal yourself to the door and wait there.
And then blue would jump off and catch the ball, and then you would land and just hold the ball in the holder for orange to get through the door all the way. Then you can take it off and it'll stay open.
Oh wait, that's right.
And this dialogue's pretty long. It's on the second reference to edgeless safety cube. It's between the safety and cube.
Designed to exactly fit an edgeless safety cube. This course was originally designed to build confidence in humans. To do that, the tests were nothing more than 5 minutes of them walking, followed by me praising them for another 10 minutes on how well they walked. Since you are thankfully not humans, I have changed the test to you did an excellent job placing the edgeless safety cube in the receptacle. You should be very... Oh wait, that's right, you're not humans. I can drop the fake praise. You have no idea how tiring it is to praise someone for placing an edgeless safety cube into a receptacle designed to exactly fit an edgeless safety cube.
Alright, this is Infinifling. So you're going to come out, and you're just going to jump straight onto this platform and wait for blue.
And then blue would hop out and shoot a portal on the bottom left of this panel. You just gotta make sure it's on the bottom left. And then put one there, and then just push the button, and then you'll be waiting for orange to fling across.
So with orange, if you're standing next to the portal like this, you want to walk into the portal from the side, and then hug the bottom of the portal. So I'm going to walk in with A and then hold S. And if I do this correctly, I should fling across like that. And while you're flinging, if you're quick, you can flick and shoot a portal on this panel so you don't have to worry about it. But if you don't get that, that's not a big deal. And then you're just going to shoot one there and one there when you land.
Okay. And then after orange flings across, you can hop in up here and then let them funnel you down and they'll fling you across. And after you fling across, you would just both go to the end.
All right, and then there's a second way to do this chamber, which is only a little bit slower, which you would come out, hit this button on your way to the panels, and then step on here and wait for blue.
Okay. And then blue would come out and you would just shoot a portal up top and below. And then you'd fling orange across. And then you would get up here and wait to get flung across by orange.
So then you're just going to shoot one under him and one above him when you land. Normally you don't need to push this button. You should have enough time to fling him across without pushing that button just by waiting at the end. And then you're going to fling blue across and go to the end.
And the fade for this chamber is on the D in the word proud.
And you didn't. You must be very, very proud. I'm building the world's smallest trophy for you. Electrocuted, shot, drowned, crushed, burned in goo. Oh, sorry. I was just thinking of all the ways humans can die. You can't die in any of those ways. You just keep well done. Interesting note. I only created this test to watch test subjects fail, and you didn't. You must be very, very proud. I'm building the world's smallest trophy for you.
Okay, this is team retrieval. You're just going to B-hop out towards this wall, shoot a portal over here while you're hopping. The farther right, the better. And then one in front of you on this wall. You're going to come through and drop down onto this button and B-hop off of it. And then there's a chance that you'll get a button stick. I didn't get it there. So if you don't get it, then you need to B-hop on the button until you get it. So these lights should turn orange and this grate should come up. That means you got it. Side note, this does not work on 0 ping. So once you get it, you're going to wall strafe towards the button. And if you time your jump correctly, you can jump and hit that button. If you have trouble with that, then you can line up on this light. There's these dark strips that come across the light right here. The last dark strip, line up in front of it, then jump, and you should be able to push the button from here. Then you're going to grab the ball, you're going to B-hop back, and then you're going to wait to hand this to blue.
And then when the chamber starts, blue will just hop through and follow orange to the portal, and you'll just be waiting here for orange to get the ball and bring it back. And you'll just grab the ball from orange, you'll hop over, and then you're just going to wait to drop the ball in the holder once orange dies.
Right, so once blue takes the ball from you, you're going to immediately step on the button to deactivate the button stick, and then fall down and die. This activates a quicker dialogue at the end. Then blue's going to drop the ball in after you die to get the quick dialogue, and then you're just going to B-hop to the end with him. There will be no dialogue fade if you get the right dialogue. Just go straight into the elevator.
The best way to build confidence is to first recognize your insecurities. Orange, can you write down all the ways you feel unworthy, ashamed, or inferior? On second thought, we don't have the time. Just look at how much better you are than blue. Blue, you are very good. And they said no one would ever die during this test. Thanks for proving them wrong.
Okay, this is vertical flings. So orange, you're going to come out and shoot a portal on either one of these panels. It doesn't matter, whichever one your blue player prefers. And then B-hop over here so you have an angle on this panel, and this panel. So right here is fine against this white strip. And then shoot your other portal on the top here.
Okay. And blue will just hop over right away and then get onto this, and then depending on how fast orange is, you can either fall straight through this or you'll just be waiting on top of the portal, but it really doesn't matter. You'll just fall through and look straight down so you get funneled.
So once blue is falling through your portal, while he's in the air, you could shoot the yellow one under him and catch him so he never lands, and he'll keep the momentum from the first fall to make it so you can fling him out of this panel a little bit earlier. But if that doesn't happen and he lands, that's fine. Just shoot your portal under him anyways. He's going to start cycling through these, and then you're going to shoot. Since I have red up top, I'm going to shoot red right here. He'll fling out, and then I'm going to walk over here and shoot yellow, and then I'm going to wait at the door.
So you'll fling out, and then you hit the first button. You'll come back down through, hit the second one, and then strafe, catch a ball, and then you can just hop over to the holder. You'll just hold it on for orange to go through the door. Right after through the door, you can just go right away, and there's no fade for this chamber, so you can just get in the elevator as fast as possible.
Remember when I told you that you were the only subjects to pass the calibration tests? I lied. There are 5,000 other two-subject teams in direct competition with you. Begin juggling test in 3, 2, 1.
Alright, this is Catapults. We're going to be going over the out of bounds strat first. It's a little bit riskier than the other strat we'll show, but it has the potential to save like 10 seconds in the run. So if you're down for a little bit of risk, I highly recommend this strat. As orange, you're going to come out here and shoot both your portals on this portal surface. Make sure they're all the way at the bottom, and then you can just wait here for blue.
And blue will just hop out right away and shoot a portal on the middle of that surface. You hop up on here and line up in the bottom left corner of this square, because you want to get a quantum crouch, and you'll get that by jumping and then holding A and crouch after you jump. And you'll know you got it because you're still regular height, but you're moving at crouch speed. You want to make sure you hold crouch the entire time, or you'll lose the quantum crouch. Then you'll portal yourself over to the fling, and orange will move whatever portal is here on the left to take your portal to make sure you don't fly back through your portal when you bounce up. And you'll bounce up and get a shot out of bounds, and you'll want to be aiming for like the left of this vertical line and to the right of this center pole of the square. And after you get that shot, you'll just be waiting back here for orange to go through and open up this portal for you.
Alright, so once blue gets his out of bounds shot, this portal will open up and look a little bit like this. So now we're going to have to navigate out of bounds and get to the last room of the chamber. There's a couple ways to do this. One way is to stand directly in the middle of this portal, or just anywhere on the bottom really, and then look at this top right corner of the panel, and then hold W, and as you start to fall, also hold D. And that works for a lot of people. The way I like to do it is I like to jump into the portal and just strafe to the right. The reason why this is a risky strat is because of this part right here, because if you do this wrong, you'll end up falling out of bounds, and the only way to get back up is to restart the level entirely. So that's what makes this strat a little bit more risky. So you're just going to jump through, strafe to the right, and you'll end up in the last room like this. Once you get here, you're immediately just going to shoot your other portal on this surface, and then jump and stand next to it, and wait for blue to come out of it.
So now you're going to want to strafe up to the end platform. To strafe, you just want to make sure you never hold W while you're strafing, and just hold either A or D. If you're looking to the right, you would hold D, and if you're looking to the left, you just hold A. I like to do a really big 180D strafe. So you'll step onto the fling, and then strafe around to get up top, and then you'll just be waiting up here for orange to also make the strafe. And right before orange lands, you're going to want to jump and use your taunt bind, so that way you skip a forced emote here at the end. So, because there's no dialogue, so you're going to want to make sure you get through the door as fast as possible.
Alright, so once blue comes out of this portal, that's your cue to go ahead and fall in, and you're going to make the same strafe that he did. Optionally, one of you can grab the cube. Whoever does grab the cube does not have to emote at the end, so it could save a little bit of time because one person doesn't have to emote in that case. Usually we don't grab the cube. The time save is pretty insignificant, but If you're looking to scrape as much time save as possible, one of you should grab the cube. So you're just gonna fall in, do this strafe however you're comfortable, and then also emote when you're about to land. So if you don't emote, you get this long animation here, significantly longer than the animation that I had to do. So that's why you want to make sure you get the emote.
Yep, and then right away you'll just hop over and just get to the elevator right away because there's no dialogue fade for this. So that was the out of bounds strat, and now we will show the slightly slower but significantly safer route, which is just the inbound strat. So you'd both hop over, and we just have blue shoot these two portals, and you both fling up and across and get to the checkpoint. Whoever's on the left side here should be shooting the portal here above the fling and this portal, and you'll just be waiting here for the person on the right to fling and shoot their portals.
So if you're on the right side, just go ahead and wall strafe or speed wall strafe over here. And then if you look through his portal, you'll see this portal surface right there. And when you fling, you're going to shoot a portal on it, and then hold D while you're in the air so that you hit the right side of it. And this will allow you to shoot a platform right here. So you're going to want to shoot the other side of this platform right here while you're flinging, right after you smack the wall. So you should get both portals down, and then you wait before you go into this fizzler and make sure blue goes through his portals first.
So blue can pretty much fling like just right after orange if you trust them to get that shot. You just fling through, and you turn around, and whatever you portal you have there, you would just move here, and you would just wait in the camera for the other person to follow through.
So once you see blue go through the fling, you can go ahead and fizzle, and you can fling through after him. And then if you're on the right side for this part, you're going to go in first, shoot the portal above the fling, and then turn this corner and shoot one on this panel down here, just like you did for the out of bounds strat, or like you would do for the out of bounds strat. And then you're going to come back to the fling and then do the same strafe as before. You're going to fling up and strafe around. Once again, you can grab the cube. One of you can if you want to. And also, this strafe is a little bit easier with this strat because the fling on this side of the map gives you a little bit more speed than the one at the beginning of the map. So that's just a small thing to note.
Yep. And so the other person on the left would just be waiting for this portal to open, and then you would fling up. You can grab the cube if you want to, and then so you don't have to emote, and then both of you would just get to the elevator as fast as possible, because with this strat there is still no fade for the end.
There's also a portal surface up here at the end, so if one of you can make the strafe and one of you cannot, then you can always just have someone move their portals to right there, and then the other person can just jump in, do an emote as you're falling in this portal, and you'll be good to go.
Did you notice I didn't even stay to the end of your last test? I was confident you could finish. Do you know where I was? I was outside watching some deer frolic. You don't even care about the outside, do you? Do you know who dances around like an imbecile when they accomplish the tiniest little thing? Humans. That's what you look like right now. You're better than... Did you notice I didn't even stay to the end of your last test? I was confident you could finish. Do you know where I was? I was outside watching some deer frolic. You don't even care about the outside, do you? Do you know who dances around like an imbecile when they accomplish the tiniest little thing? Humans. That's what you look like right now. You're better than that.
Alright, this is Multifling. So at the start, you're going to jump left, put a portal left of this fling, drop down and portal yourself over, and then you want to stand close to this fling as you can without flinging, and then wait for blue.
And then blue will just hop out, and you'll portal on the back wall, fall down and portal through, and then you'll want to fling on the same side that orange is on to bonk off them, and you'll just look in the center and spam use to grab the cube through the bottom. And then normally you'll land and fling right away, but we'll just wait here for orange to explain the shots.
So as soon as blue hits you and he's up in the air, you can go ahead and start doing this part. You're going to shoot a portal on this portable surface, and then you're going to fling, and while you're in the air, there's going to be a portal surface you need to shoot that you don't have a whole lot of time to shoot. So you're going to fling, look to the right for this portal surface, and then hit it. And then while you're flying across here, you can move the same portal that you just shot to down here. So that way when blue flings, he'll end up right next to the cube dropper where he needs to be. And then you're going to try to get a portal shot to land on this graded surface. There's two different ways to do this. The faster way would be to stand right just left of this ledge and then just spam portals across this line right here until one of them eventually lands, like that. If that one isn't working for you, then the slightly slower but super consistent way will be to look over at this button where this gray part meets the white part of the graded surface right there, and you're going to shoot there, and that'll work like every time. And then you're just going to stand in here and wait for blue.
Okay, and then there's a couple ways to do this. You can either drop the cube in or hold it. But for this way, you're going to want to hold it, and after orange is through the doorway, you'll turn around and bring the cube with you, and then you're going to come up through and go to the doorway, and you just want a cube preserve where you look straight down and hold crouch, and you'll just go through the fizzler, then you won't fizzle the cube, and then you'll both just be hopping over to the fling, and you'll just fling across, and then you'll just drop the cube into the holder. And then the faster way to do this would be to leave the cube on this. So you would just drop the cube and leave it inside. And then orange would still have both the shots down. And you would just be waiting here for the great shot to open. You would come through, you'll hop through, and then whoever is on the right side would be going to the button, but if you're on the left, you would come here, line up just on this side of this white line, and then shoot a portal on both of these surfaces. And then you don't have to do them super quick, you just have to get them before the other person flings up and hits this wall.
Alright, so if you're on the right side, you're going to be doing the strafe here. So you're going to hop over to this button. Basically, you want to hit this button as soon as you can and then jump over to the fling. You have a limited amount of time to get to the fling, bonk off of blue, and then strafe into his portal. Once you do that, you're going to get scripted momentum flying out of that portal, catch the cube, and then while you're in the air, you hold D. If you do not hold D, you will land back on this fling, and you'll just fling back over to where we are right now. So hold D so that way you land not on that fling. So I'm going to hit the button, jump over here, bonk off of blue, and then get the scripted momentum. I didn't get the cube that time, but normally you would grab the cube and be right here. If you do miss the cube, you can have the other player go and push the button for you right when you fling off of this, and then you can just let the flings take you through, grab the cube, hold D so you don't land on that, and then there you go.
Yep, and then after the person flings through the portal and grabs the cube, you would just wait to make sure they get it, because if you don't wait to make sure they get it, like how he didn't get the cube, if I flung right away, I wouldn't have been there to hit the button when he flung back across, so we just would have lost even more time. And then after they put the cube on the button, they'll just get into the dialogue trigger. And then the dialogue for this one is on the D in death.
Is this even science? If your confidence is still not high enough, remember no one was created perfect. Even I was created with an imperfection. I was given too much empathy with human suffering, but I overcame my handicap. That's a true story. Congratulations on completing that last test. But I find something troubling. Without the looming consequence of death, is this even science?
Alright, this is Fling Crushers. So you're going to make your way straight to this fling, and then shoot a portal on this dot right here, and then on this grid surface right there.
And then blue will just come on over. Orange normally would fling right away, and then you would just follow on and fling across.
Oh, once you hit this button twice, the door will open. Orange is going to come through, shoot a portal up on this wall, and then the fastest way to do this room would be to shoot one anywhere on this wall that you're comfortable with, and then you would do a B-hop re-portal and hit the fling. If you get it correctly, you'll hit that fling and you'll go across. Alternatively, if you want an easier strat, it's not much slower, you can put your other portal in this corner, wall strafe, and then hit the re-portal like so. That's what it looks like if you do it correctly. And if both of those are giving you trouble, there's another backup you can do where you're going to have blue shoot a portal up there and on this wall somewhere for you to, you should still have this yellow portal there, and then for you to jump through, shoot one underneath you, and then fling across. Once you fling across, regardless of what method you do, you're going to put one portal on the bottom of this wall so that blue will be able to walk through it, and then you're going to portal him above the door. So he's going to walk through, and he's going to wait at the door. So now, there is a dev button in this wall right here. It's around this corner right there. When you push this dev button, it opens the door. The blue's going to go through the door right now. It opens the door, but only for a couple seconds. So the tricky part is making it in through the door in time without getting killed by it. The fastest way you can do this is as soon as you land, you just shoot your portals, and then you would carry your hops, hit the button, and then go through the door. If that's tricky, then you can wall strafe, hit the button, and then go through the door. And then lastly, you could just stand by the button, jump, hit it, and then jump to the door and go through.
And then the dialogue for this one is on the word from, but it's another pretty quick one, so it can sometimes be pretty hard to get to.
Your test times show you are going too slowly. Maybe you are getting human emotions. Do you need real encouragement? Let's see if this helps. Blue, you are the most advanced model of robot Aperture Science has ever discontinued. Excellent. I think you have earned a break from the official testing courses.
Alright, this is Industrial Fan. So when you land here, you're going to look at this portal surface with the O1 on it and shoot as slow on it as you can. And then you're going to turn around and you're going to take blue's portal on this slanted surface.
Yep, so right when you spawn down here as blue, you'll just shoot a portal on the bottom here. Then orange will take it and you'll just get inside. Then you want to grab the cube through this, so you just want to look at the white and spam use. Just look at the big white ring. If you fall down through, you can still just jump in, grab it through, and then just jump back up through, and you'll hand off the cube to orange, and then they'll hold the laser on that, so the fan will stop. And you'll just come down through, and if you do hit the fan blade, just make sure you're holding S while you fling, so you fall back down and don't hit any more fan blades and die. You'll hop over, you'll do another double lever press where you would just go across and press both of them, then wall strafe up the stairs, and then just hop over to the disc around this wall. If you're going fast enough, it'll auto pick up the disc, and then you just turn around and put it in the player, and you just have to wait for the dialogue to finish.
Well, I do need you to be in the room so I can see them. I want to be clear. There's no reason whatsoever for you to look at them. Done. I guess. I suppose. To complete this test, you need to find a set of blueprints. Don't worry, they are of no use to anyone. Totally boring and useless. This is just a thought experiment. Just to see how much time you'll waste thinking about these worthless documents. The correct time is 0 seconds. You found those useless blueprints. Well, I do need you to be in the room so I can see them. I want to be clear. There's no reason whatsoever for you to look at them. Done. I guess. I suppose.